Attention, attention! This episode is brought to you by the Tax Collectors Podcast.
Yeah.
So I talked to my doctor today. I work with a doctor. We do evaluations for DCM kids. So it's not like my doctor, but we work together. Yo, this idea of sleep paralysis versus demonic attacks.
Oh, that's a topic right there.
Yo,
There's no verses, baby.
sleep-
We
no.
know what it is.
But there is no right or wrong.
Well,
Wait,
sleep
you,
paralysis.
hold on,
There's
hold on.
just-
What
there's
are you
no right or
saying?
wrong.
So you're saying you think that it's not a demonic attack?
No, scientifically, they have a point.
They have a belief.
And spiritually, we have a point.
They have a belief. No,
No,
but everyone
no.
shares
But
the same experience, though.
no, but scientifically, medically, it's a state. It's a state. It's a sleep disorder. It's a state that you're going in that you haven't reached that REM sleep yet.
Yeah,
But
so your body's in.
there's a scientific.
Well,
Yeah,
but, bro,
scientific
let me
answer
read
for
to it.
that.
So this is the scientific definition. It says during the rapid eye movement REM sleep stage, you're likely to have dreams. The brain prevents muscles in your limbs from moving to protect yourself from acting dreams out and hurting yourself. Sleep paralysis happens when you regain awareness going into or coming out of REM.
But go ahead, try to also see what happens during, like what's happening to me.
Okay, so it says if you have paralysis, you are partly or entirely unable to move the affected parts of the body. Paralysis may be accompanied by a loss of sensation depending on the location of the injury. Strokes and spinal cord injuries cause sudden paralysis.
No, bro, that's not the answer. That's not what we're looking
'Cause
for.
you
That's
experienced
actual
it too, right?
paralysis.
You're talking about,
You've experienced
Sleep
it too.
paralysis.
Hell
though.
yeah,
You've
I
experienced
have,
it too?
for sure.
About twice.
Bro,
Paralysis is when you're not able to move. Yeah, some part of your body.
No, paralysis is like actually being paralyzed. But what's sleep paralysis? That's the important one. Sleep paralysis.
I
Because
think-
and
you're not handicapped.
scientifically,
What are the symptoms? What people experience?
you cannot move. Okay, your face or body is weak or floppy. Your face or body is numb, painful or tingles. Your face body stiff. Your face or body stiff with muscle spasms and twitches. This can start suddenly or gradually.
but that's all true because you do spasm, you can't
Yeah,
move,
yeah,
you
it's
can't
true.
speak. All that's true. But they're missing a key component, bro.
The dark shadow.
The darkness, the dark presence that lingers over you, bro.
Talk about
The
everybody
demonic,
out there.
The demonic laugh
Comment.
in your ear,
Comment
bro.
if
Oh
you've
my
ever experienced. Comment down
Please.
low if you've ever
'Cause I
experienced.
can't be
sleep
the only one.
paralysis.
I cannot
Especially
be
with
the
that
only
dark shadow that we're referring
so,
to.
yo, growing up,
yeah.
I had a lot of sleep paralysis where it would be you're about to go to sleep, you're almost there, you start feeling a dark presence, and boom, the devil start like I call it a dark presence grips you, right? And you're like, and then you can't speak, and you're trying to say in the name of Jesus, and you're like, in the name of Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. So as I grow older and more mature, bro, when I experienced that, I was like, yo, let's go. It's to the point where I was like, yo, fuck it, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready for it, baby. Let's go. And then boom, like you start, like let's
That's
go.
wild.
Let's go. To the point
It's-
where I didn't even say in the name of Jesus no more.
Nah, bro.
Yo,
It's
yesterday night, it
You
was
said it?
not, yo, it was in the name of Jesus.
and you
bro.
could say it though. You was
No, it was but because I experienced so much, it got to the point yesterday I felt like, bro, when I like, and it's crazy because my brother texted me like 2 minutes later, bro, talking about, yo, you want to come downstairs and see this reel I just did? I'm like, no, motherfucker, I just
I'm
went through some
I'm trying to
crazy
get
ass
delivered.
shit right now. Like, he's like, you okay? You want me to go up? I'm like, nah, what you gonna do?
Lou, what's your experience, Lou?
No, I had experiences for sure. I had a lot of sleep paralysis, but I think I've had it so much where I passed like the demonic stage, and now I'm starting to like scientifically try to understand it.
But that's where I was at. That's where I was at. Scientifically, it's that REM sleep. It's that REM
It's
sleep.
what they're
of you-
saying,
Yeah.
that little moment in
That
between where your
moment.
body doesn't react to your mind.
and-
So
and-
what you was thinking about?
and I talked to my doctor about it. It's that stage that even like sleepwalking happens.
yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what do you call that stage? She was like, it's got to be some metaverse stage. She was like, I don't even know. But there's this stage,
Right.
bro, that you go into, bro.
Man,
There's this stage that
I wanna
that
say-
sleepwalking happens.
I want to
and all
make
that
it
stuff.
clear though. I want to make it clear, even though there's a scientific answer. It's demonic.
It's a demonic.
It's a demonic.
presence
You
too,
got to
bro.
understand why everyone experiences this one thing with the shadows, right? Not to mention, you just said trying to molest you. That happens to
And,
so many people.
I saw the black figure like this holding me, bro. Like, and I'm like, I never experienced it, bro. I could go through the grabbing. You feel like you're being grabbed. I could go through the whole in the name.
So what you experienced yesterday is not really paralysis, bro. It's more like a really demonic attack.
No, it's sleep paralysis.
Okay, yeah, I know, but then you saw things.
It's a demonic attack.
But that's what
like a
everyone
dream.
sees things.
Like a
Even
dream
people that
and
aren't
stuff.
Christians.
But no, I have an argument towards that.
But everyone that's
I
not
think if
Christian,
you're-
they
if
still
you-
see
But
things.
no, but I think if you're a Christian, you see more spiritual demonic shit.
But
But
I don't think
maybe. But I know
Because
people that aren't
subconsciously,
Christians
that's
that
what we're
had that
thinking about.
experience.
No, but subconsciously we subconsciously we.
No, not subconsciously. There's no subconsciously.
Yes, there
It's a
is.
spiritual warfare.
No,
it's a spiritual.
subconsciously, though.
No, listen. It's a spiritual warfare. What happens is, check this out. Let me bring some Bible into this.
All right,
Ready?
go ahead, theologian.
No. Check this out.
Theologian
In the
Ricky.
beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Blah blah blah. Right. Fast forward. Right.
Right.
Then He creates Adam. Right. And then He creates these animals and tells Adam to name all of them. And then He's like, "Yo, it's not good for man to be alone." So He puts him. What does He do to Adam?
Takes his rib.
No, but what does He do before He do that? He puts him into a deep sleep.
Yeah.
To a deep sleep. What my point is, at this moment, and then Eve is taken in a rib, and then boom, he gets it. I want to say sleep is an avenue to the spiritual world.
Yeah.
Right. And that's why women are sometimes a little more, a lot of times are more spiritual than men, because one, they were birthed out of sleep. You know what I mean? When a man was in his spiritual state. And true, the Bible talks about how God would speak to us through our dreams, right? So there's some spirituality going on here in dreams, right? So my whole thing is that at that moment when you are in that sleep paralysis where you're still aware, but you're paralyzed, right? That moment right there, I think, is an in-between, like you're in the spiritual world. And at that moment, you're open to attacks.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
No, I feel like you're in that spiritual world and you're open. Bro, because you've been with me when you would try to wake me up and when we were teens and like.
But I think there's a scientific part to it.
Oh, for sure.
There's a scientific part to everything. Or
that a lot of people
try.
are probably thinking like, nah, that's scientific. But obviously, definitely, when it happens, you do feel like your body goes through this like fear. For sure, like this, like
what's it look? It feels like fear. Something grips your
fear.
heart.
Oh
right?
my god!
So,
but this is what I was talking to a doctor, because I was talking to my doctor who is not spiritual, who's kind of like a more of like agnostic in terms. And I was like, I told my doctor, yo, I understand everything you're saying scientifically, because she was trying to break it down, but I was like, yo, let's agree to disagree. There's a spirit, even if you think there's a 5% spiritual component to all this.
Yeah.
I'm telling you by experience that there is. So I get you. It's all science. I could say it's 90% science. But you guys got to give it. There's a 10% agnostic, atheist, scientist. You got to give me 10%, and knowing that there's 10%.
Right.
There's 10% spiritual.
But how do you explain to people whose experience in that is molestation? There's people who actually experience some form of trauma or something like where it's someone they're being touched.
So I think when it comes to trauma, sex and molestation,
that's happening.
Oh, for sure.
In that sleep paralysis state.
We are, and we can make a whole episode about this. We're digging into stuff that really happened to somebody.
Right.
We're into not only subconsciously, bro, but like now we're tapping into some traumatic experiences that someone had. That's manifested, and not only in dreams, manifested in the way they live, manifested in their thoughts, manifested in.
But my point to it is that people are experiencing something, right?
Yep.
Science, regardless if they try to state where your mind is and when your body is physically, biology, with biology included, it's the whole idea that something I'm experiencing this moment.
Yep.
And I can't doubt that I saw this thing jump on me, or I felt this thing touch me, and I was in a place where I couldn't even talk. And when I said Jesus, this is my experience now, when I said Jesus, I ripped off the bed like Velcro. It was so hard to rip off the bed after the third time I said Jesus, because the first two times I couldn't say it.
We all got that.
I couldn't say it, but when I was like, Jesus, and my body just rolled off the bed like Velcro. But prior to that, I tell you, a grip of fear hit in my heart.
Bro, we all got that.
Yeah, all of us.
But my whole point is that how will we explain this? Science could try, but everyone's having a spiritual encounter. But we want to say it's
that's what
science.
I told my doctor. Give us 10%.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No, I said give us spiritual people 10%. Whatever you're saying, the science of it,
Right.
90%. But give us the benefit of the doubt. Give us
course.
10% of the benefit of the doubt. Just that's it. Because
Yeah.
what we're saying is real and it's not all science.
Well, how about